Sabrina told me not to. He's down here. Executive session. Okay. Okay, we're good.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. If you join me in saying Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're gonna recess the commissioners' meeting and go into solid waste. Take it away. Tanya, do you want to make a motion to approve?
I think, hey, Sabrina, I think everyone's muted. I think Tony and Vicky are muted.
Oh, you know what? Vicky is too.
Yeah.
Can you guys unmute?
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Move to approve the minutes of December 17, 2020 and December 29, 2020.
I'll second. Roll call, Julie?
Vicky,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes,
Sabrina,
Yes.
Move to approve the January 14, 2021 bills as presented by the county auditor.
second,
Okay, roll call?
Vicky,
Yes.
Tony,
yes,
Sabrina,
Yes.
Move to approve the January 14, 2021 journal vouchers as presented by the county auditor.
second,
Okay, roll call?
Vicky,
Yes.
Tony,
yes,
Sabrina,
Yes.
Move to approve the January 14, 2021 then and now certification as presented by the county auditor.
second,
Okay, roll call?
Vicky,
Yes.
Tony,
yes,
Sabrina,
Yes.
Move to approve the Board of Commissioners adopts the rule for notice of meetings of the Board of Commissioners of the Portage County Solid Waste Management District.
second,
Okay, roll call?
Vicky,
Yes.
Tony,
yes,
Sabrina,
Yes.
Move that the Board of Commissioners agrees to amend the 2021 annual appropriation resolution number 20-183 adopted December 17, 2020. Do you want to comment on that, Bill?
Yes, ma'am. And when the budget was originally done, this is in reference to the OWDA loan. It was listed as $180,000. This is decreasing that amount to the actual payment totals of $179,325.
Okay.
And those are semi-annual payments, but that's the total payment for the year.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, do we have a second?
I second,
Okay, roll call?
Vicky,
Yes.
Tony,
yes,
Sabrina,
Yes. Okay,
All right, discussion items. We are obligated every year by January 15th. Sorry, I was off on Monday, so I'm still thinking today's Wednesday. We're obligated to list on our website, notify communities, and our Facebook page acceptable items. You have in front of you what will be sent out. And so this will be sent out today and posted today. And then if you remember last year, we started having a discussion about the contamination and our policy. We can't really do that currently unless we start writing it in the new contracts. But we are still going to continue to remind residents, no plastic bags, no wood, no trash and things like that. So I'm just letting the commissioners know that that will be going out today. That way, if you get any calls or emails about it, that's what this is about.
Okay.
I'm glad to see glass is still on there because there was such confusion with that.
I have to tell you, Sabrina, every time the Beacon Journal does a newspaper article or Fox 8 does something on the city of Cleveland, we cannot get away from the phones the following day. And I know the commissioner of sanitation up in Cleveland, and I said, I called him up and jokingly said, could you just say this does not pertain to Portage County when you talk to Fox 8? Please just do me that solid.
I was going to add, it was no fault of ours, but
Yeah. And unfortunately, the time that they did the story and they did GPS on the carts, they put one in Streetsboro. And unfortunately, when the driver packed the truck, he crushed their GPS unit. So we were kind of left out of that story, but oh well.
And on the same note, it is very expensive to collect.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I hear they have to haul it to Pennsylvania.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. Commercial rates for 2021. We're in this process. Dawn and I are working with Todd about the project that we've informed you about. I guess my question is, before we come back for commercial rate increases, is this something you want us to continue to pursue in 2021?
You mean the commercial or the rates? What are you talking about?
Well, basically, we need to, every year we adjust the rates to try to get to that spot where it's a sustainable program. And with the delay in the mail service because of the holidays, even the ones where we were doing for free, the nonprofits, they're just now still getting their letters.
Mhm.
So we've had some school systems leave our program. One is interested in staying. But the other piece of this in January is we normally start resetting the rates for the year. And that's why you see items C, D, and E on today's agenda.
Okay.
So it's just that time of year where if we're going to adjust them, I will bring them back to you next week for action.
Okay.
If we're gonna continue to service commercial accounts is a big question for us.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you even have an idea as to how many you're going to have if the mail and all that's been delayed?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just sort of like the nightmare. It would have been nice to develop an email chain when we do the contract. What's a current email for somebody? But even during the year, sometimes that contact person is no longer there or is assigned something else. So unfortunately, we have to do the vast majority of this via the postal or regular mail.
Okay.
You had said people are leaving us that were on that free list. Are they leaving us because we started charging them?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
So it was good if it was free and,
Right.
okay.
I'm trying to
Just
swing the
curious.
same deal, Tony, at the gas station, but they're not buying it.
I tried that the other day too and it didn't work.
Same way with the lottery. I keep sending them emails. Hey, where's my winnings at? And they keep ignoring
Keep
me.
buying a ticket. Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
I find that very interesting.
So I
Yep.
think you two are familiar with lights and sirens after you.
Never's happened.
I plead the fifth.
And
All right. So you want us to just table this for right now, or what would you like us to do?
because you don't really have a good read yet. I mean, if you have enough drop out, I mean, we may need to just get out of commercial. I mean,
Well, and that's what our goal is right now. We're down to about a route and a half for the front load truck. And if we can get that down to one route or even less than one route, we can redirect that truck to other parts of the county for curbside service. So that's the end goal between the free service and these commercial rates. Drop-off rates for 2021, still that's a big part of this project. Currently, the rates for the containers are $600 a year. And then that's multiplied by the number of containers at each location. And I can tell you, I think, well, Sabrina, that's just unbelievably low. When we ran the numbers last year with all the communities in, that number is more true reflective of cost at $4,200 a year per container.
mhm.
So I think, in our meetings with Todd, I think one of the things that, we will probably come back to you is, some kind of a rate increase But yet, I know that I'm hearing from some of my drivers that some communities would kind of like to let this go away because the increase in illegal dumping. So, we can table that and bring it back as well, because this plays much bigger into a larger portion of the overall project that we're working on.
Bill,
And just
what
so
are
the
these,
commit, go, I'm sorry, Vicky, go ahead.
that's okay. What are these folks doing that are dropping out? Are they getting a private, because they're going to have to pay somebody.
Well, right now, so far, no one has gone to the private sector for service. Just so you know, the going rate, I believe, is about $26 every time they lift a container. So that number gets to be rather big over the course of a year. And I think they're just currently going without recycling service for the residents. And some of them that are really the diehard recyclers are going to other communities to drop off their materials. We're seeing that here. I've had to chase people off from Stark County and Summit County when I've gone out to the drop off.
My audio went off, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Did you catch any of that?
No.
Okay. I'll repeat that. These communities have not done anything for recycling. What we're finding is the residents in those communities that really want to recycle will go to other communities to their drop off. And even at our drop off, I've had to chase people out from Summit County and Stark County.
Wow.
It's people want to recycle, but they want to do it on our dime.
Oh, well, that's not going to work.
No, not at all. So we'll table that and bring that back.
Okay.
Item E is rates for voluntary service. We've stopped taking any new accounts just because the routes are so stretched thin. But for complete transparency, I years ago approached the commissioners because the guys, I watched them the one day that I was off mowing my yard, turn around in front of my house because I live at the intersection of Bassett and Hartville Road, and said, doggone, there's no sense of me hauling this stuff to work now, and I have curbside. But for those people, since I'm a voluntary customer, I think that our rates, because we're not part of really any community program, currently the rate is $5.50 per month. I would like to recommend to the board that rate increases to $6. It's something that Kent is right now, I believe, at $5.67 a month. So for voluntary service, I'm recommending that increase to $6 a month, beginning January 1 of this year.
You said $6?
Yes,
a
sir.
month?
Yes.
Okay.
That
Isn't that
certainly
low?
seems reasonable.
I'm sorry.
Vicky said reasonable. I said, isn't that low?
It's a little bit low. We're working on these rates throughout the county for weekly. We're doing weekly versus every other week service.
Mhm.
And so if we have to come back and adjust that again, so be it.
Bill, how many people does this involve? How many voluntary service people do you have?
I think we might have, and I'm just thinking off the top of my head because every year we have some that drop off. It might be a total of maybe Don, 25 at the very, very max.
It's around there. It's not that many.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I remembered.
But it's
20,
frustrating.
but
Yeah.
If you miss somebody on that route, you have to go back. It's frustrating. Like,
yeah, because maybe that's something we need to take a look at too.
We only have 25 people on the volunteer.
Yeah, but they're right next. Yeah, they're right next to existing routes. In other words, we're not driving to the southern part of Randolph to pick up 1 or 2 carts. I'll give you an example. Before we put curbside recycling in Ravenna Township, Lake Rockwell Road, the north side was Shalersville, the south side was Ravenna Township. And we were getting a number of people, and we said, yes, the trucks on that road, they have to turn around and come back up your side anyway. And then that kind of started dovetailing into converting the entire community over to curbside.
So it's similar to a subscription then.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know, a long time ago, I had to have tuition increase, and somebody suggested do little increments, and we found that to be very painful to do little increments, because we always thought where our tuition was being raised. It was better off that everybody that was there in school said, tell us what you want and then do that, versus keep hitting me up every 6 months and it goes from $5 to $6 and $6 to $6.25.
Mhm.
It should be what a fair rate is for us. If our thought is in a couple of months to go back again and possibly raise again, I think we need to cut that second one out and take care of it the first time.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, we've had some changes in the numbers that we've been processing, so I can bring that back to the board next week.
Okay.
Item F is shredding. Since we've had the pandemic, we have stopped taking the general public into the building for our shredding program. It's more of a protection for us. We've really tried to lock down the building as much as we can. But as I've said before, the shredder is, I believe we bought that back in 2008, and it was just a small industrial size. It's seen its better days, and I would like to sunset the program because it ties up our part-time person for doing some shredding. There's not much return on it anymore because of the commodity market prices, and it's just not a good use of our resources anymore.
Yeah, and there's a lot of communities. I know Burnfield's one of them that has like a shred day. They have different people
Right.
sponsor like
Right.
days.
Yeah, and I know,
Department does it. I mean,
yeah, every year when Habitat does their collection event, they do have shredding service, and that's open to everybody in the county. That's normally in May, but I think last year they moved it to summer because of the pandemic. But you're right, a lot of communities will just have a shred day.
Right.
or a lot of banks will take, if you have just a little bit of shredding, they'll let you
Right.
bring it in as a service.
We're going to have to do something about the county though, because there's a couple elected officials that their shredding is building up. So we're going to have to contract with someone to get that
Well,
done.
The one thing that I would like to offer to the board is I've seen some, I'm not sure what company it is, but it's the gray containers for shredding. We have between 40 and 50 of the containers that we used to use for our program that we would be more than happy, if it helps your rate out on a shredding company coming in, just deploy those throughout the county. Whoever needs them, we'll clean them up and we'll deliver them. Because if we're not going to use them anymore, there's no sense in having them sit here when they can be a benefit to another department to maybe get a better rate.
I know like Jobs and Family Services uses Iron Mountain.
Mhm.
You know, I've seen their carts down there. They come ever so often. They'll be down there by the bullpen door outside of it for them to come in. They'll let them in and then they take those containers out and shred it. So, and I think maybe today when we talk to Joanne, have her look into it, because you're right, Vicki. Several people have mentioned, you know, it's important that we get those documents shredded and they're piling up. So,
Right.
okay.
And that's it for the discussion items.
Okay. And then do we have everyone? We need to let Jim in for executive session.
Yes.
Okay. Julie, can you let Jim? Oh, there he is. He's muted. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
Okay. We have a motion to go into executive session.
In accordance with Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1 compensation, motion to enter into executive session to consider compensation of a public employee.
Wait a minute. That's actually item B, Vicki. We're going in with Jim right now. That's item B.
Oh,
Okay, okay,
Labor
sorry.
negotiation, but I would prefer to do item B first as
Okay.
opposed to item A.
Okay, moved in accordance with Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G4, preparing for conducting or reviewing negotiations or bargaining sessions with public employees. Sorry, Bill.
Oh, that's okay, Vicki.
Second that.
Seconded. Julie, roll call.
Vicky,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
And then we'll just need to wait a few minutes till we go off.